Previously on The Guardians of Fehal.
The party parted ways with Officer Hughes after dispatching a multi-eyed and mouthed monster lurking in the aqueducts. They then continued exploring the aqueducts and found more signs of magical summoning, similar to the ones they found outside the guild. Una then began sharing more information about the man she was looking for and the evil group that he is associated with from her village. Namely, Llew and Ulan, who may be part of an evil organization who despises those they do not see as fit enough. It was during this conversation that she revealed that her beloved uncle was friends with Llew, and that she fears he may be tied to this evil group, although she is unsure.
South, the first ones have only been around for a year. Could your uncle have started it?
I
mean, I don't know your uncle, and I'm sorry if this puts you in a weird place. I don't want to insinuate something bad about your family if you're really close.
You see her get very kind of focused and like stare at the ground because it's like an inner battle. Like you can see like her thoughts like coming across, and it takes her a moment before she looks at you and says, I don't believe it, but that is because I love him. And he is the one who always looked the closest to my mother. And you can see her eyes are swelling up a little bit with tears, as mine currently are, actually. I'm actually currently crying thinking about this.
Nora's gonna like kind of scoot a little bit closer to Una and just kind of like put her arms around
Yeah,
her.
she's
Like,
not frog anymore.
and just give her a... No, I'm not.
I was like, just like...
My little frog self just puts my little tiny frog arms around a single
It's like
finger.
the princess and the frog, like when they're friends with, aren't they friends with an alligator?
Yeah,
It's
an
like trying
alligator
to
that
put
plays
your
the
arms
trumpet.
around the little alligator.
Yeah. Yep. No, she goes ahead and just does like a little hug and just kind of like holds Una in a hug. Like she keeps talking, but she's kind of just hanging on to her at this point to just feel like that human contact kind of thing. Like,
How's
the
everyone else, I
comfort.
guess, reacting to Una crying or admitting this?
She's not
Her eyes are
crying.
watering.
Her eyes are glazing with wetness.
It's just something in
tearing
my
up.
eyes.
Because of the emotions.
It's a very weird way to put that. I mean, Hans and Franz is trying to be, sympathetic and listen, and he understands there's something going on. So he'll kind of like just stay quiet and let her gather herself. He's not gonna like be like, "Oh, hey, everybody, she's crying," and like make it like he's not gonna make a big deal about it and be like, "Oh, it's okay, Una, you're gonna be fine." Like he's not
Call her out.
because he understands. Well, not necessarily call her out, but like he understands that she's trying to do some leadership stuff, and sometimes as somebody who's helping with that, you just kind of stay silent and let them gather themselves again to then continue with what they were saying. So like he just kind of sits there and maybe like pays a little more attention to his food while this is happening, to like give her a minute.
Oh, there's M&Ms in this trail mix.
to gather herself. Oh shit! There's cashews. Brother, there's cashews here.
I love cashews. Are there any raisins?
No, thank God.
What about all those chocolates?
I want those first.
You jerk!
But yeah, she'll say that she loves him, so she doesn't believe that he would. But
Felix is just quietly watching, and you can't really tell what he's thinking.
sounds about right. Damn rogues.
I mean, if anyone wanted to make an insight check, I'd allow it.
Oh
yeah.
totally.
Not particularly
Actually, Una's
concerned.
not paying attention, really. She's now more focused on this.
13.
So
Is Felix feeling anything in particular, Lauren, that you'd need to make a check for?
I'm not sure. Let's see.
Because I could see a couple things about Una's thing being a little not
Close to home.
Yeah, close to home. Like as a DM, because I know
It's about the best way that you can put it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want him to make a check, we can totally do
What
that.
was a 13?
Well, I mean, her question to you, Lauren, was would Felix feel something?
Yes.
I think that you could, if you wanted him to have it where he was stone-faced and guarding that, then I wouldn't I would have it be a roll-off. But I think like if you let it be, then Hans and Franz would probably just notice that there's an expression on Felix's face, like maybe he's having like a deep thought about something where like there's something about it that resonated with him, but you're not sure what or why. Like so. But that's if Lauren is like trying to hide that.
Okay.
Or Felix is trying to hide that.
The glimmer in the eyes gives away the dark soul inside.
Oh my gosh.
Why doesn't the glimmer
Wow,
give
that-
away the shining bright soul?
That sounds
Hey.
gothy.
It happens.
I'm debating on if he would hide it or try to hide it. He wouldn't try to hide it.
Okay, then I would say with your 13, you would probably notice it. That he just had a little bit of a look on his face, whether Hans and
No,
Franz does
yeah, no
anything
reason
with it
to.
or not.
He would just make like a mental note of it, like, oh,
I'm gonna put a pin in that for later. I'm gonna remember. I mean, if you guys want to ask more questions, like, I will let you keep role playing, but otherwise you can kind of just eat and chill.
so, once everything's kind of settled back down again. So, there's a bit more to your end of this than you'd kind of initially said, huh?
Just that. Otherwise, everything else is the same old. And without knowing if my uncle is truly connected or not, I'm not sure. But that's why this mission is a little bit more personal to me, and why I was allowed to and requested to come on this mission. Because I knew who Llew was, and it would give me an opportunity to maybe find out the truth. So,
This, from what I'm picking up on, is that Llew is more of a link to some answers, maybe. You're trying to figure out what happened to your uncle, and doing this may lead to some answers. So the mission that your village sent you on may not be as important to you. I'm not saying it's not important.
Llew is an answer to personal questions, but Llew is also my goal to help me become one with my village. He will allow me to become a true ranger with my village and allow me to take that step and become an adult.
Seems like a pretty big task to become an adult, but that's not my place to say.
We
But
we go out as a group, and it just so happened that we split up into two, and then once I heard a rumor about Llew, my friend and I split ways just temporarily, and I've been in Fehal for almost 7 months now. Just looking for a rumor. And this is the first time I've gotten a lead. So
is there any chance that somebody that came out with you is involved with them as well?
anything is possible, but I know the person I was with did not have the same mentality as the first ones. And I do not believe the other rangers that I came out with did either.
So you split from your friend because you found the lead out here.
We both found two separate leads. He had a lead in his town, and we heard that someone that fit Llew's description in Fehal. And we decided that as long as we kept in contact, which we have been, that it would be safe. And now he's actually joined up with the other group since I've been with you guys. And he knows that I am...
Okay, I was just gonna say, make sure
Yes,
he's okay.
he's went on with the other group because they found a separate lead and knew that since I met you guys and I am slowly building bonds with all of you, that you guys would hopefully help me with my mission. At least finding Llew.
You said Llew's yours. You know, if you capture Llew and take him back, what does that mean for your friends? Do they not become adults?
No, they would.
What if you're the one that found
They
him?
still helped, though. It's not like I found Fehal and this clue on my own. And I'm sure that they're following up on their own leads and information and gathering.
So you can let them know right away that we have this information? I mean, we could probably use the help. You know, if he's out killing a bunch of people, he may be more than we can take on our own.
Do I know how long Oren's going to be gone? He didn't say in his note, did he?
I think he said a few days. He was leaving Breakspear.
Mm-hmm.
And you got that letter
And it was already
when you
old
got
at that
back.
point.
And he had sent it a little bit before. So he's
A
probably
week to
back
get
in
here.
Breakspear by now, but it'd still take
Yeah.
it would be more than a week. I think it would be like at least 2.5 weeks. Unless he came down the river and
But-
swam it,
Yeah.
which could be
it would-
faster. Well, no, he'd be going against the current. So if he got a boat,
they would not be able to get here in time if I informed him now because he is so far away. But I definitely plan on letting him know as soon as I do have a stronger answer regarding this.
So then, along with the hull, you said Llew is yours. Do you want to capture him alive so you can get some answers? Or do you not care if he's dead? Asking for a friend. Somebody who, you know, has a bad tendency of
Yeah.
critting. And, yeah.
one-shotting
Holy
monsters.
smite!
Good luck. Good luck.
Oh God.
He's gonna suddenly have double the hit points.
I prefer not to kill anyone. However, Llew has done extremely terrible things. And justice for those actions and for all of those innocent lives he's taken, both men, women, and children.
Did you know any of them?
Ooh, that's a good question, Lizzie. Would I have known any of the victims?
Yes, more tears, more sadness.
I have to roll this because it's like there's a big population.
Yeah, it's a big town. Well, kind of big. Pretty big.
Well, it's actually multiple. It's multiple islands, and there's like at least 40,000 or more people that live on them. High or low?
Low.
You did know some of them,
Yeah.
like not just in
Not like
passing.
friends,
like they were
but
people from
I've
the
known
town.
of
like
them and who they were.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were friends with friends.
So, you said that these first ones want to be more secluded from the rest of the world. Is that why these particular people were killed? Were they like, dealing with the humans more, or no, he wouldn't say humans, dealing with the outside world more?
They were deemed how uh uh
Inferior.
yeah they were deemed unfit to be with the village in their eyes. They were not as gifted.
I kind of like give her like a pointed look and like they were maybe less than whole like everybody else. And then I kind of look at Nora to be like, like they were half human, half, whatever.
They were
the
not
hell.
as gifted as others, you could say.
I would say, Josh, passively, your brother's being really weird with how he says it, but whether you say anything about that or not is up to you.
What do you mean not whole?
Like maybe they were deficient in some way. I don't know. What do you mean by whole?
What, you mean like vitamin deficiency?
I don't know what that is. I take Flintstones. Never deficient.
Like,
Can I roll insight to see if I get any of this?
Sure.
Of what's being hinted at here?
like I don't know what
They
you
were
mean
not-
deficiency.
But
The only
like
huh?
They were not as
Luna?
gifted as others in our village.
yeah, they weren't like magically inclined or something.
What did you get?
8.
What did you get?
8.
No.
I can-
He's just
No,
not
he has
following
no
it.
idea what
Hold
you're
on,
talking
I'm gonna
about.
roll a deception check. No, I'm not gonna roll a deception against my brother. I wouldn't do that.
No, I want you to roll
Oh.
a deception check because your character doesn't lie ever. So
No, that's
great.
why he won't do it. He's like,
Lie, Andrew, lie.
no.
Poor Sam.
Una, does your people treat non-magical folk
Not
poorly?
traditionally. It just so happened that this group sees a separation, you could say, between our village and their powers versus the continent. They see that they are better than the rest in their eyes.
Oh, okay. So they're just racist.
What's racist?
Well, that's when you hold a prejudice against another person based on who they were born to.
Yes, then you could say that they would be this racist thing you state.
I think Uno probably would be familiar with racism in a sense because
Oh.
there is a lot of distrust towards people that have like in Feyen of like they don't like people that have like tiefling features and they don't. There is a lot of suspicion about like some people still don't like elves even though they're more part of society now. Like they're just like they're still trickstery and I know a few elves that are nice and everything,
not
but you
saying
never
all of
know. Like they might have. Yeah, so like
I
think
have an
she
elf
would-
friend, I can say these things.
Yeah, like my wife is elvish.
My wife's
Allegedly.
1/64th elf. I can
Oh,
say this.
But yes.
Okay. So, if you get him alive and he has magic, maybe,
Does she?
He.
Yeah, she has
no,
magic.
he, Llew.
Oh,
Because
Nope.
you don't know that, right? If he has magic. So I
No,
mean,
she doesn't. She's never seen him use magic.
if he's able to use magic, then what? Because if he can do stuff like Nara can, it's gonna be pretty hard to keep him, in chains or something. Especially for that long trek back home.
If it comes to that, I am willing to do what needs to be done. I do not want him to escape at any cost.
But you want to get some answers from him first, though, I'm assuming.
Yes, but that would be for personal gains, as well as maybe help find more of the first ones. But if I was unable to detain him, and the only way to stop him would be to kill him, I would.
If this does lead to something else, are you going to gather up your friends and leave us?
I don't want to.
Nora's grip on Una kind of tightens a little bit. She squeezes her and gives her that look of please don't leave me.
Please don't leave me with all these boys.
I do not want to.
I mean, that's good that we don't want you to go, but if you do need to go to do something else, we can come with you. You helped us with the Nightingale. I mean, even though we had other reasons to be there, we're friends now, right? And I don't want to, I want to be there and help you if we can. And it sounds like there's a lot going on behind this. If you need some friends there with you, we can be those friends.
If we are able to capture him alive, I would love your help to bring him back to my village. It would be interesting. And she kind of gives a little smirk. But I think that they would understand me bringing those I trust with. And I think that Llew is only a part of the puzzle. He is not the whole. And if I am able to bring him to my village, or at least his head, that they may keep me on this mission, which would allow me to stay on the continent and stay with you.
He's kind of thinking about the secrecy that she's shown, if that's inherent in her village, what he knows about her village, that other people in the group don't. And so he's like, oh, that would be pretty fucking interesting if we were able to get there. Well, good. I mean, thanks for trusting us. It means, I'm not going to lie, I've been a little worried lately. You've kind of been not reclusive, but you've kind of pulled back into yourself a bit. And I was worried that, you were going to just use us to get your stuff done and then leave. And that would have hurt my feelings a bit. We've become friends ever since, going out to Windvale and back.
It is not intentional, but I am afraid I've been saying too much, and I do not want to betray the trust of my village by sharing too much, because we have a lot to protect and a lot to lose if knowledge of our village got out. There could be those who would aim to hurt us, and sometimes it's just hard to know who you can share this information with and make sure it doesn't hurt them or you. It's not that I'm trying to keep secrets. I just love my village and my family, and I don't want to disappoint them.
No, I understand that, but I think part of becoming an adult is learning who to trust, and hopefully your village will understand that. I mean, that
I'm sure they will, but it's a lesson I am still learning on. Yes, I make friends easily, but sometimes it's hard to know who I can trust with bigger secrets.
I understand that. I mean, I kind of, not really. I don't keep a lot of secrets from anybody, but I mean, I can keep a secret if I need to, and I like, I haven't told anybody, but I don't normally keep my own secrets. I like to be an open book. It makes it easier for people to understand what I'm trying to get across. And
if there were my secrets alone, I'd be willing to share, but they're not.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. I understand keeping somebody else's secrets. It's not everything needs to be put in the open all the time. But for me, I don't have anything to hide, so I like to keep it, out there for everybody.
Are you just making this face at your brother right now, Josh? Is that what's going on? Because you're just kind of.
Sorry. No, that's just me making the face of, I see what you're saying here, Andrew. Keeping other people's secrets, eh? Okay.
Oh, he's got some of your
you
secrets.
Trying to hint at something?
He's got your secrets, bro.
My secrets?
I don't actually know what he's talking
My
about.
secrets? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's something you haven't said to anybody. But he's picked up.
Yeah, I know.
It is at this moment she realizes that it's not just the party she's been with and Felix is sitting over there. And Una kind of gets like a very almost stern look on her face and kind of stares directly at Felix.
I like look over and then look back at her with like a face, and I'm like,
Like a nervous, like.
we can always talk more later. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Well, I'm glad we had this conversation. It makes me feel a lot better. But I suppose we should probably. It's getting a little late,
I will say, Lauren, with that, like, you did have things that you wanted to mention. I remember earlier to them that we talked about before this. So, like, you might Felix reading the room of like, oh wait, here, I'm gonna change the subject. This might be a good time. Not that I'm.
You see Una staring at you.
Yes, Felix sees that quite obviously, and the awkward shift of conversation from Hans and Franz. After a moment, he just grins and then says, "While we are blatantly changing the subject in front of the rogue, there are a few things that I'd like to say, and a question or two that I'd like to ask. Mostly, I'd like to know who exactly invited you to the fight that's coming up."
That was the bartender.
Is Una Scottish all of a sudden?
I was trying to think of it, and I rolled my R there for a moment because it got caught in my mouth. That was the bartender at the Hogshead who saw Hans and Franz Andrews? Right? Was it Andrew? Or was it Josh?
I can't remember if that was me or my brother.
He mentioned the fighting pit twice. Once before you left for more information, you had Andrew's Hans in front. And that was the night you were followed. But when you were still in the bar, he mentioned it again and said you guys could go there and
So this might be a
and look for the
setup.
person you were looking for.
Maybe. The bartender at the Boar's Head saw these two and thought that it would be a good idea for them to partake.
Right. And you're planning on fighting then?
I'm not.
He
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, I don't know what kind of fighting it is. If it's like, fisticuffs. I mean, maybe. Not very.
or maybe blunted weapons. Who knows? Maybe we could use some magic. I haven't been in one of those fights before. I mean, where it wasn't life or death.
As you can see, they're pretty gung-ho on it.
Right. Well, there's a few things. When you're here, when you go to the fight, I recommend that you go disguised so that the Venerable will not be able to tell who you are straight off the bat. Try to keep undercover.
So, like, I should grow in the mustache?
You already have a beard and mustache, don't you?
It's more.
That's
But
with your
I-
character art.
He is a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, it's more scruff.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he doesn't. He understands that you can disguise yourself, but he has no fucking idea how to do it. Like, I could maybe get
I
the big
know.
hat or
Dye
something
your
to
hair.
wear. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll get the big hat.
I could put on pants.
I can take off pants.
No, brother, don't do that.
No, like, we could swap pants, brother. I'll wear your kilt,
Oh,
and you could wear my pants.
yeah,
I'll never know it.
never. Yeah, because our eyes are different.
Yeah, exactly. Our eyes are different. You get the short hair, I've got the long
I'll
hair.
be confused.
Yeah,
Completely thrown
I
off.
might even
like
figure which one of
we
us is
used to.
which.
No,
What do you mean, Felix? No.
it's not.
Look, we don't do disguises.
I do.
We are Hans
I-
and Franz. We don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
what are we supposed to do? We are Franz.
what are you
and
gonna do to
Hans?
us?
That'd be weird.
Yeah, Franz and
It's the
Hans.
weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I might be able to help.
How will you say your name backwards? Anu. Xilif.
if-
Xelif.
If you do decide to disguise yourself, it has to be either all of you or none of you, because they'll be able to know. Like I said before, they're watching your entire group by now, and they'll know who you're hanging out with, and, well, numbers-wise, it won't be too difficult to figure out that some of you are in disguise, if not all of you are.
White. Do you think they're gonna go after Hughes?
Doubtful.
Okay.
They might go
That's
after
fine.
you.
If they go after Hughes, that's not okay. He's my friend.
I don't want this to end like it does for him in the show.
Oh, God, I didn't even think about that. Jesus, Lizzie.
Well, you
I thought
saw-
that's what you were alluding
You
to.
saw the token she used
No, I
last
know I
session
did, but I
for
didn't,
it.
like that part didn't click when I was just speaking right now. Anyway,
He's gonna find all
Thank
the
goodness he
information
doesn't
us,
have a
he's gonna
wife
get
and
killed in
daughter.
a phone booth.
yeah, I'll just tell him to avoid
Mhm.
phone booths.
Other
They don't
Yeah.
exist.
Make sure he knows exactly what his husband looks like.
Remember every pimple,
Yeah, everything. Like,
every mole.
in
I mean.
fact,
he doesn't
in fact,
have pimples. He's
start
perfect.
writing random things like just below their shirt line every day, and so then when you see them next, they can go, "Oh yes, it's me." Like fudge or something, or Curly Pat or whatever.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Right?
It actually isn't.
That's actually
I
kind of
know.
brilliant.
Just
No
trying.
doppelganger's gonna know what you wrote.
So, moving on from the
Oh.
homunculus. Felix just stares and after a moment says, I appreciate that perhaps disguising yourselves will not be an option, but there are other things to do to keep yourselves safe. Do not separate. Do not go off on your own. Stay in a group,
I kind of turn and look at Una.
right?
Do you mean like a group of 2? Or all of us?
I would.
Could I go with like just one other person, or
I think for now
Do
it's probably
we all
best
have to
if we just
go?
stay together, Una.
It would be best if you all were to just stay together as much as possible.
that might make the Rhiannon thing a little difficult. Just a heads up.
What? What do you mean by that?
Well, she kind of needs to sneak out of the place, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
but
there's
we'll
a lot
all be
of us-
together.
Yeah,
but if there's a lot of us, we're a lot
she's
easier to
gonna
spot,
sneak out
so it
to
makes it
us.
a little hard to sneak out.
so
That's
we
true.
will be.
But we have to help her sneak back in.
Yeah, we'll do it like we did last time. I'll make it.
She's done it plenty of times.
Yeah. I don't think
That's
she really
true.
needs to have to get in and out.
I suppose that's true. Okay, continue.
Right. He shakes himself. Do not accept any food or drink from anyone.
What?
Do not accept any food or drink, be it ale or mead or water, from anyone
From
there.
anybody there, I was like, oh man, like,
Okay.
we have to go out and hunt my own food again, which is fine. I enjoy it. But, you know, it gets a bit hard when you're living in town because you got to go way out of town. And then, you know, you got to bring it all the way back. No, I got it. Just have to fight. Yeah.
If you do, well, perhaps overall it might be wise not to use your real names. Lots of people there do not use their real names. And, oh, yes. Watch your valuables.
Say that again.
Take nothing. Watch your
Oh.
valuables. Take nothing with you that you aren't willing to lose.
Well, then I shouldn't bring my friends with.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yes, Josh.
So you're willing to lose your brother then?
Well, now, no,
see.
they would have to kill me first.
No, they would have to kill me first.
No, brother. You're much hardier than I am.
That was a joke. I meant material goods, rings, gold, coin.
Makes
I
sense.
mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense. I don't know how we put it, though.
I may know of a place.
I mean, we probably just leave it at our footlocker at the guild.
Oh, yeah, I'm not used to having that, you know.
Yeah, there's Foot Lockers all over this this city. You know, it's a very popular chain.
Not the shoe store.
I know.
Oh my god, I'm
Worst
so tired.
pun of
Everything's funny.
the campaign.
Ugh. I liked it. It was funny.
Yeah, Megan loves me and my dumb jokes.
Love has nothing to do with it, honey.
What's next?
Right. Just keep to the safety precautions. And watch out for Llew and his group. I think they're going to be there. Not sure.
I don't. Never mind. I was trying to look for something, and I typed in the wrong place.
I have it written down. We should take notes.
For how to get there?
No. Just
For-
of what you just said.
Oh,
To go disguised. Don't go be separate. Accept no food or drink from anyone.
At the
All right,
fight.
then.
Use your real
definitely feel-
name.
About your
And-
joke.
Yes.
Anyway, well, Felix, thanks for the information. You know, are you going to stick around with us, or do you need to, like, leave first? I don't know how this works when you're trying to be undercover.
I'll follow you out and then I'll head off on my own.
Okay.
I might be at this fight. So remember, if you do see me there, if I don't approach you first and act like I know you, act like you do not know me.
Yeah, no, I did that earlier. I got it.
And head out of the aqueducts.
Yeah, make a survival check.
With advantage.
God. Oh,
Yeah.
advantage. Ooh, that is a 19 plus 5 plus 3, so 22.
Yep, you are able to make it back to where you came in. Are you trying to go somewhere else?
Nope, probably just back out.
Okay, yep, you're able to go back out. You run into
show the badge.
Yeah, this is a different worker at this point, and he looks at it and examines it and is kind of like just doing some double checking on it, and then he's like, all right, this is an order. So he like opens the gate and lets you guys out.
I would have locked the
Makes
gate that we unlocked, by the way, on our way back.
He also does a rec.
Yeah.
He would ask for your guys' like group, like a name of who passed through, like whoever the leader of this group is, so for record keeping.
Officer Hughes.
No, who's our leader? Like our immediate.
Yeah, he
I
wants a
start
record of a name
to
of
say
someone.
it, and then I'm like, no. Isn't.
Felix.
No!
No.
Come on, brother.
I'm too tired.
I just say, we are Hans and Franz.
All right, he writes down Hans and Franz. Megan, that was hilarious.
I thought so. I need to go to bed.
I was like, Lauren just sneak attacked Una right now. As the party returns to the guild hall, what steps will they take next to fight the Venerable and find the people Una is looking for? Find out next time on the Guardians of Fehal.